Come on, they work really hard to program those robots.
It is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's great.
So we regularly hear about the successes of people like Jeff Bezos, Warren Buffett and Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah, but there are some incredibly powerful women hot on their heels at the top of their game in business.
30-year-old Whitney Wolfe Herd has turned the online dating industry on its head, releasing Bumble, a dating app where women make the first move. The business is now in its 5th year and valued at $1 billion. Then there's 33-year-old Emily Weiss, who took her beauty blog and turned it into a billion-dollar empire with her beauty brand and concept stores Glossier. On home soil, there's Janine Ellis, who founded Boost Juice from her home back in 2000 and is now worth $66 million. And Melanie Perkins, who at just 22 flew from Perth to Silicon Valley to pitch her idea of a photo editing tool, Canva, which is now also worth $1 billion. But it's not all about startups. In the US, Mary Barra, the chairperson and CEO of General Motors, has her sights set on the future, last year acquiring self-driving tech Cruise Automation. And while we may think women are only just gaining power, there have always been the game changers. Madame Clicquot took the reins of champagne empire Veuve Clicquot back in 1805, at a time when women weren't even allowed to have bank accounts.
How goes Madame Clicquot? Now, there's still a long way to go, though, and career expert Michelle Gibbings joins us now. Michelle, it seems the tide is actually turning, isn't it?
Look, we've certainly come a long way from the times when just even the concept of women having a career was seen as unusual. And, you know, when you got married or became pregnant, you lost your job. So we're certainly seeing some amazing female role models. We're seeing far more flexibility in the workplace and so many more options. But you're right, there's still a way to go.
Well, you say, I mean, a really long way to go. At the moment, we're still paid 17% less on average. And at this rate, the World Economic Forum says that we will get economic parity with men in 165 years. So we're still a long way away, aren't we?
We're still a very long way away. And if you look at some other stats, so you look at women on boards, and there's certainly been progress. So for the ASX top 200 listed companies, in the last 10 years, we've seen an increase from 10% to just under 30%. But then when you look at the number of female CEOs, for those same companies, we're looking about 14. So we're missing senior females in leadership roles in organisations across the country.
You know, gender inequality, as we just saying, it's very much alive and well. So with all that in place, how do women overcome that?
So it's not just a female issue, and that's the most important thing, because all of us, the whole of society benefits when we have female empowerment and we have women participating fully in the workplace. So at a societal level, it's things like access to affordable childcare. It's also breaking down gender stereotypes. So it's seen as acceptable for men to play a primary role as a caregiver. In organisations, it's continuing to provide family-friendly workplaces and also extending parental leave provisions for men at work. It's also looking at things around bias, because we know that bias plays into recruitment processes. And so doing things where you blind CVs. So what you do is remove all distinguishing features so you can't know whether the person that's applying is male or female. And lastly, in the household, women still do the bulk of unpaid work. And so equity at home is really important for a woman to be able to have a full career.
50-50, see? It's got to be 50-50. Michelle, thank you so much for...
on this show for you. I mean, gee whiz.
Who does more work?
You do. You want to see her notes? Look at mine. A blank page, just like my mind.
Look, mine, I've written my own notes on it. I was given notes and then I wrote notes.
She reread and did more notes on the notes.
This is an insight into DC when he was at school, I feel.
Coasting through life, everybody.